Hello everyone, welcome back to More Than Plastic. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build the best Avengers display. So I'm going to run through pretty much every single character and Avenger and show off every Marvel legend of that character. And I'm going to be giving you my opinions on which my favorite is and which I think you should personally buy. And I'm also going to be giving my opinions on all the other figures that are in the line. So first thing I want to say is I'm not going to be doing like X-Men, because I did the exact style of this video but with X-Men on my channel, so I'm not going to be showing like Wolverine and Beast. Like, I know they're Avengers members, but I already talked about those in previous videos, so it's just going to be what I kind of consider to be like core Avengers, so kind of people from all different teams. It's not going to be every single character because there's been way too many people on the Avengers team, but just kind of people who are like longtime members and, you know, the most notable characters. So let's get started. First, we have Ant-Man, and so we kind of have two different characters for Ant-Man. We have Scott Lang and Hank Pym. So this is the Target exclusive Ant-Man that came out, what, like 2 years ago? Maybe a year or two ago? Very good option. I am actually waiting to get this one in my collection. The last two characters I need for my setup is Ant-Man and the Wasp. But very nice figure. I love the colors on it. The red and blue look great. And that head, the sculpt of that is really good. Like that mask looking really nice. I like the antennas and like that piece in the front. Really, really cool. So this is like a good Scott Lang Ant-Man. Then we have the Hank Pym version. So kind of like the Giant Man look for him. But this came out in that Ant-Man the Wasp 2-pack on Hasbro Pulse. And very, very nice figure. I like the head on it. The lab coat's nice. So it's kind of cool because if you have this figure and you put it next to the new Giant Man HasLab, that would look really nice. So of course, that's another figure I'm going to put on this list. I think this is starting to ship out and it looks really, really nice. I like the different heads you could, or is it a different head or is it a different like face piece? I'm pretty sure, kind of like how Hot Toys does. So that's interesting. But no, this looks really nice. I'm excited for people. I'm not getting this, but I'm excited for others to get it and kind of see how it looks in collections. The Toy Biz one of this is actually really nice too. People have that as like a stand-in for now. Then we have the Ant-Man from the Retro card line, and you're going to see a lot of figures from this line because this kind of pumped out a bunch of like main Avengers. So definitely a good option. I don't think it's as good as the new one. The new one's just kind of like a better upgraded version of this. This one's kind of skinny and doesn't have the best like proportions. But hey, if you have this one in your collection, it's definitely a good option and it looks good as an Ant-Man figure. I like the little Wasp mini version of her. That's cool too. Then you got this Ant-Man from that 2-pack, and he's more like a modern look, I'd say, for Ant-Man, but it's a good look. Then you got a really cool box set here. You got Giant Man, and you got Yellow Jacket, and then Hank Pym, and then you got the really tiny versions of Ant-Man, so that's cool to have like the shrinking effect. I like that a lot. Then, more of like an honorable mention, kind of have Hank Pym from the West Coast Avengers. So I'm going to be including this team on it, because I consider that Avengers as well. So this is kind of just him in his, like, not a civilian look, but more of a simple costume. But it came in a 5-pack, so it's just nice to have like an extra figure to fill out the team. But definitely not the greatest Ant-Man figure. The greatest one would definitely be the Target one. So if you're looking for Ant-Man, definitely get that one for your display. Then next up, we have Black Knight. And listen, I'm not going to lie, I am not like the expert of Avengers. I'm more of a Spider-Man and X-Men kind of person. Like, that's where my knowledge is for like the characters and more for like figures too. I'm a little bit newer to reading Avengers comics. I'm just starting to get into it, so that's why I've been like starting my collection with Avengers. But if I'm not 100% knowledgeable of a character or like a figure, just bear with me. I am new to it. This video is just for fun. But yeah, we got Black Knight here, and this is more of like a 90s look for him because he's got that leather jacket. This came with Cersei in that 2-pack. Great looking figure, but I think there is one that's a little bit better, which would be the one from the Cole Obsidian Build-A-Figure wave. That's a nice looking figure. I like the cape on it. He's got like that cool like armor look with like the chainmail on his like arms and legs. Looking really cool. It looks like it's from the Green Goblin body, actually, if you ask me. Then of course you got the 3 head sculpts, which is super nice. I'd go with this one for Dane Whitman and Black Knight. This is a nice looking figure. Then we got Black Panther. And Black Panther has some really good options. He's actually a figure that they kind of always do, or a character that they always kind of do correctly. So first up, we got the new Black Panther from the Void Build-A-Figure wave. Great look for this character. I like the gold pieces on him. That looks really cool. It stands out really, really well. Definitely a great option, and he's probably cheap right now because, you know, you can get him for retail. Then you got this Black Panther, which I personally own. And this one's just a great look for him too. It's very classic. I got this one for really cheap at Ollie's. He was $9.99 and I had a coupon at Ollie's, so I got him for even cheaper. But he's a great look for the character. I like it. It's very classic and it just fits so well on the Avengers display. Another great one, we got the retro card Black Panther. You'll see a lot of figures from this line, like I said, and all of them are pretty good, but I think Hasbro kind of realized that they were all due for an upgrade because the bodies are a little dated, so I'm glad that they're kind of pumping out the Avengers as like a second round from this wave in 2018, so that's cool to see. But hey, if you have this one, great option. I like the accessories you get with him. Then we got this Black Panther, which I think was just singly released. Another great option. And this is a newer one. It kind of just has like that, what is it, a Walmart exclusive? Yeah, it has like that vibranium kind of effect, which is really nice to see. But my personal pick would be either the one from the Void Build-A-Figure wave that just came out, or the one from the Atuma Build-A-Figure. Both really good. Then we have Black Widow, and of course, the Target exclusive one. I'm gonna just say it now. She's, of course, the best, because I'm gonna start talking and say how much I love this figure. So, you look at all those accessories you get. You get all the Widow's Bite with, like, the different effects on it. You got the guns with the different gun smoke, the blaster fire, and the hands. And, of course, you got 3 different head sculpts, which is really, really nice to have. I love when Hasbro gives more than 2 head sculpts. Like, that's a great feature. And all of them are just so nice. One of the best printed head sculpts, I'd say, honestly, in Marvel Legends. And that body is the best articulated female body. We gotta just use that body for every single girl in Marvel Legends. This is like one of my favorites of all time. I have her. I love posing her. She looks so good in any pose I put her in. And it's just a 10 out of 10 best Marvel Legend figure. Then we got this Black Widow with the white suit on. It's a good figure. The head's a little bit, like, I guess, like, the face on it is just not as, like, detailed as the other one. You got this Black Widow look, and she comes with a lot of accessories, too. So, once again, it's kind of like that 90s look, because she's got that leather jacket. Just not my favorite look for her. I like Black Widow in, like, her black costume, and I like her longer hair. This has the short hair. I've seen people actually use that head for, like, a Rachel Summers custom, because we haven't gotten that figure yet, and they put it on, like, the Dark Phoenix body. So that's an idea there for you if you have both figures. Then we got this I keep saying Black Panther. We got this Black Widow from the retro line, and it's also a great figure. The head is just a little bit older and dated. The body's nice. I'm sure it's not as articulated as the new one is, but it's still a good look and a good figure. I would honestly pop that head off and use it as a Mary Jane. Could make that a kit bash custom. Got this Black Widow with the motorcycle. Really cool figure. I actually like that head sculpt with the really long hair. That's a pretty good one for the time, because this is pretty old. Alright, then we're going to get into Captain America. So, as I'm recording this, they just announced the Secret Wars wave, so that's pretty exciting. I'm glad that they kind of are releasing that. It's a good way for collectors who are newer to this hobby to get into it, because, you know, you got a nice roster of characters that are essential to your display. So first up, we have the Captain America figure. So I'm going to kind of be comparing him to the 20th anniversary one, because it's obviously pretty similar. I personally would go with the 20th anniversary one, and he is very expensive. I just got him. I only say I prefer that one because I don't love the heads on this one. So the one of him gritting, which is not on the body in this picture, that one's good, like as a battle, like fighting pose. But the other head that's on the body in the picture, I don't like that one. He looks evil in it. I am not a fan of that. Don't like that. And this one doesn't come with the unmasked head, so that's another thing. Of course it is pinless, so that's cool. And another nitpick, which I'm not trying to like attack this figure too much, but they need to give us a Captain America that has a shield that is just a nice, clean shield. Because that broken up shield does look great, don't get me wrong, but they never can give us just like a nice, clean one to go with your Captain America. So that's another nitpick. But hey, for a new collector to get into this, that's nice to have. Then we have the 20th, which of course I love. I have this one. And my one thing with this figure is that, of course, like I said earlier, is that you can only really display him with like one of those lightning effects or blaster effects on the shield, because it has the holes in it otherwise. It's not in the picture, but if you display him without it, then you do see like the little holes for the pegs of those effects. But other than that, it's a great figure. It's super bright. I love those colors for my Captain America, and I like the little cowl piece that you have on his, that he can put when he takes his mask off. That's really cool. One of the best action figures, honestly. Then we got the one from the 80th line. This one's cool too. A little bit of dark colors, so like not personally what I like for my display. I like the bright look for him, but that's a cool like throwing the shield effect. Very nice. Then kind of a mashup between the 20th and the 80th. Here we have the retro one, which has like the nice bright colors, but it comes with like the same similar accessories. So there you go. Then you got the Ultimate Captain America. I don't love the blue that they used, and he doesn't have like the, what is that called on his head? The like silver pieces that go on like the side of his head. He doesn't have that. So it looks like it's missing something. So not my favorite look for him. Then we got this cap from the Red Skull Build-A-Figure wave. It's a cool blue. That's definitely nice, but it's pretty old, so I'm just showing it as like an honorable mention. Then we got Bucky cap, which you know, the original figure of this is what kind of started it all. We all know the Bucky cap mold. Definitely a good look. Then you got this one with him on the motorcycle. It's pretty cool. Nice look for Cap. And then there's this scary thing from the Mandroid Build-A-Figure wave. We're not going to talk about that. Anyway. Oh, and there's an even scarier one. Oh, God, that is... Whoa, we got the ball joints on the freaking hips right there. That's interesting. That is an old figure. Came with that old Miss Marvel, too. But, of course, the best one is going to be the 20th anniversary. So, definitely pick that one up. If you're going for more of a budget, get the new one, because, of course, it's going to be retail price. Then we have Doctor Strange. So, first up, we have the one from the Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure wave. A little bit old, and he doesn't have the cape, so that's a downside. The next one is a similar look for him in color scheme. You got the red and gold, but he does have the cape, so if you like that look for him and like that color scheme, there you go. Then, of course, we have the beautiful Walmart Doctor Strange, which this figure wasn't even a deluxe, and it comes with so much stuff. You can see in the pictures all the different accessories he comes with. And not only is it not a deluxe, but on the secondhand market, he is super cheap. I'm not trying to jack the price up of him for people who haven't gotten it, but just letting you know, if you want this figure, get it now. I got him for like $18 or $19, which is great. The different heads that he comes with is beautiful, and honestly, when I look at my Avengers display, he just like stands out to me. I love the colors of him. Something about the red, gold, and blue just like pop. Like every time I do like a double take on him in my display. Like it sounds silly, but he's nice. I love this figure a lot. Then we have, I don't even think this is out yet. I think this is just up for pre-order still, from the Doctor Strange from the Wong 2-pack. Another great style for him. Honestly, though, the head sculpt, is he supposed to look like that? He looks kind of sick in it. Like, he looks a little pale to me. But the body's great. I like that body a lot. Kind of the same, like, color scheme. Just not as bright as the Walmart one, but it's a great sculpt. I like it a lot. The cape looks really cool, too. That looks really well done. Then we have Falcon. Another character that is super cheap. That's the one good thing about Avengers, is that I just got into building my display, and honestly, I didn't spend too much on it, because a lot of characters are either retail, because a lot of them are newer, or some of them are just on clearance, which I'm not too sure why they are. So this is one of the characters that is on clearance. On Amazon, he's like 11 to 13 bucks. Honestly, I got him for 13, but I've seen him on eBay for even cheaper. But a great figure. I'm surprised it's as cheap as it is. The wings on it are really good. I love putting him in the flying pose on my display. Looks really nice. Then you got the one from the Joe Fix-It Build-A-Figure wave, which is very similar, just kind of has a different design on the torso. Both are really nice, so either you have on your display or a good option. Then we have Hawkeye. So first up, we have the one that I am going to pick as my favorite. It's the Hawkeye with the Sky Cycle. Really good look. I love the colors on it. It just pops so much. That blue that they use looks really, really cool. And of course, yeah, he comes with really nice accessories. You got the Sky Cycle, and of course his bow and arrow. Looks really good. Definitely the best Hawkeye for your setup. Then you got the one from the retro line. This for a while was super expensive before the other one came out, because people didn't have a Hawkeye in their collection and they needed one. And this was the only one that was out at the time from 2018, so it was super hard to get him. But hey, it's good. It has a dark color scheme. As you can tell, I kind of like the brighter ones. That's just my preference. But if you like more of a darker look for your Avengers, then get this one. Then we have the Hawkeye, similar to the retro one, but he has like his longer sleeve, which is like, I guess, a different like look for him from a certain comic. I'm not 100% sure what it's from, but there's another option for you. Alright, we have Hercules next. This is the retro card one, and as an action figure, that's a nice looking figure. Really cool. I like all the accessories and like the pieces on his like the straps and all that. That looks really cool, and the gold detailing, very nice. The heads on it are great too. And honestly, this figure's old, and there's really not that many versions of this character, and I saw it on eBay the other day for pretty cheap. I saw him for around 25, which I'm pretty shocked about because I thought it would be a little more expensive. And then there's this other Hercules from, what wave is this from? I'm not 100% sure what it's from. I'll put it here because I forgot to include it in like my screenshots of all these pictures. But yeah, this is another option, but the other look is a little more classic, I feel like, so I'd go with the retro card one. Then we have Bruce Banner / Hulk. So first up, we have the only Bruce Banner figure in the Marvel Legends line. I don't know if Toy Biz has ever made one, but at least for Marvel Legends, it's just this one. So, looks pretty good, you know, goes along well with that gray Hulk figure. He's got the orange shirt on, which matches like the Hulk's orange shirt, which I like because it shows him transforming into that, so that's cool. Then we have the Hulk, and this is from that retro card wave, same line as all those other Avengers figures. This is a great choice as well. Of course, the classic colors, that bright green, and the purple pants, can't go wrong with this one. He's kind of got the shorter hair though. Then we have the Hulk from the Wolverine 2-pack, and this is a really great one too. I like this one a lot. Of course, you got the ripped up shirt piece, which is cool, and yeah, very great option. This definitely is a good choice for your Avenger shelf. Then we got the Grey Hulk that came out with that banner. And, you know, it's not the classic look for Hulk. I, of course, like the green look for him. But if you kind of want this look, it's a great figure. Then you have the Gray Hulk from that retro line, which I think for a while this was really expensive before they released the 60th anniversary one. Yeah, no, same kind of figure. It's a little more, like, dark than the other one. I feel like the expression's more, like... And maybe there's a little more detail, like, in wash on, like, the chest and all that. Then my favorite Hulk is the 20th anniversary, my bad. 20th anniversary Hulk is really, really nice. He's got the longer hair look, so if that's not for you, I'd go with the one from the Wolverine 2-pack, but if you do like the long hair look, this is a really solid choice. The articulation on it's great, and he just looks super imposing for, like, your display, of course, to have the Hulk there. Personally, I got mine on AliExpress because it was a lot cheaper. I paid $25 for him instead of the $70 that most people are asking for on eBay. So, you know, take it for what you will, but I don't mind cheaping out and, like, buying the bootlegs of figures sometimes because you really can't tell the difference, honestly. One thing is that it only comes with the one head, so it comes with the head that's on the left in this screenshot. And it doesn't come with, like, the base piece, but honestly, I don't need that I don't need the display base, so I'm fine with just having the figure, and it does come with the extra hands, and it looks really great in my collection. So the best Hulk, in my opinion, is definitely the 20th anniversary one. Then we have Iron Man, and I'm just gonna preface this right now. I'm not, like, an expert of like, Iron Man armor, honestly. I don't really know too much about it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know every single number of the armor and which figure goes with which arm, but, you know, I'm not an expert. So I'm just gonna kind of run through it quick. I'll talk about some of them that I do know about, but the ones that I'm not, like, you know, too knowledgeable about, I'll just kind of show in passing. But first up, we have the Secret Wars one that was just announced, and this one's cool. It's kind of a mashup of a couple Iron Man figures, so I think the body's from, like, that AI Tony Stark one. I'll show that shortly. And then the head kind of looks like it's from the 80th anniversary figure, but, like, just a little bit painted brighter. And, of course, the accessories are from the 20th anniversary one. But this one's cool because it does come with those roller skates, which I think are pretty funny. That's a cool little accessory and a nice little nod. Then we have this one, which is the Model 20. So I don't know much about this. I'm just going to show it. So there's that one. Then there's the Model 9. This one's pretty cool. He's got those, like, big feet. Then there's this one. I think, is this the Extremis one? Yeah, it is. Then the West Coast Avengers Iron Man. So a little bit of a unique design. I like that. Then this is the one that I own, and I like this one a good bit. It's really cool. The colors are just nice and bright. So I chose this one over the 80th anniversary one. You'll see that in a little bit. I just like this one because the colors were, like, really nice and bright and they pop really well, and I do like the head sculpt on this one a little bit more. So yeah, I like this one. I would go with this one for your collection, but let's look at the others. We have this one with the, like, cannon thing, and look at that Tony Stark head sculpt. He's got some long hair in that one. That's funny. Oh, this is the AI one I was talking about. So it looks like the Secret Wars one that's coming out is, like, the same exact body as this, so it's very similar to that. But hey, this is a solid pick too, honestly. Then we have this one, which kind of looks like the same figure as the one with that big cannon. Then there's the Stealth Iron Man here, so it's a pretty unique suit. I like that. Then here is the 80th anniversary. So yeah, this is a great one. It's just that the colors are a little more, like, I would say this one looks more like a movie figure, honestly, like, at least the coloring. It's not as bright, so I kind of just like the really bright, like, looks from my comic characters, so I went with the 20th anniversary. But hey, this is a very solid pick. This is what I would choose in second place as another really good Iron Man figure. Then there's the one from the Retro Card Wave, and that would be all. Okay, next character, we have Mockingbird, and I think all I have here, yeah, it's just the one figure from the West Coast Avengers 5-pack from Amazon. I know people were complaining about this figure and saying that she's, like, not supposed to have long sleeves or something like that, but I think this is the only option for Mockingbird we have, so I'd say obviously go with this one because it's the only one out there. Then we had Miss Marvel, so of course we have the brand new one that everyone was killing for. I have a review of this figure on my channel, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. But, of course, this one is phenomenal, like, one of the best Marvel Legends made. Very nice body. One minor thing is that it scales a little bit small with, like, other figures. Like, even next to other, like, girl characters, it just looks a little tiny bit small. That's my one comment on it. But it's a really great one. Nicely articulated, and great head sculpts, great accessories, really good. Then we have, back from this freaking 3-pack that I'm scared of, we got that old Miss Marvel in there, so yeah, let's skip that. Oh, and then we have Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel, so that's cool. Classic look for her. I like that a lot. We got her with the Dr. Doom 2-pack, and she's really cheap too, and she's a really nice figure. I actually want to get her. I think I want to put her in my collection too, low-key. Then we got Quicksilver, so of course we have his blue costume. I associate this one with kind of like more X-Men, but the green one that's coming out, that brand new figure, that is a good one to put in your Avengers display. So I kind of want that personally in blue for like my X-Men setup, because this Quicksilver one, I've talked about it before in my X-Men video, he's kind of scary. So I wish we had, I want both costumes. I want the green and blue one updated, but the green one's definitely good for your display. Then we have Wanda, so I'm going to run through her quick. We have this old figure from the All-Father Build-A-Figure wave. Then we have the one from the Family Matters 3-pack, and once again, I associate this with X-Men, and I associate this really great figure with Avengers. It just has that bright coloring. I love it for my display. She looks so good. Definitely go with this one. She stands out to me too on my display. I'm super happy with this figure. And she's also really cheap too. She runs about, what did I get her for? I think I paid a little under 20 for her, which I'm shocked about because she's really great. I like that one a lot. Then we have Sentry. I think there's been a couple versions of him, but I'm just going to show this one because this is the one I'd pick to go with. It's brand new and it's just his classic look. Another figure that's really cheap too. That's another good thing about Avengers, is that if you're looking to build a display, it's honestly pretty easy to do as of right now, because a lot of the characters that I've talked about so far, they honestly have been like retail. Like there's a lot of like new characters that have come out like with main Avengers, like there's the brand new Vision, Black Panther, Black Widow, Hawkeye, you know, there's a bunch of them that are new. A couple of them are a little hard to get if you want the best versions, but hey, it is pretty easy to start. I built up my collection within like a month, honestly, and it didn't cost me too much. The only figures that were expensive were Cap, Thor, and Black Widow. They were a little expensive. But other than that, everyone was pretty cheap. Everyone was around 20, so under retail, which I was super happy about. So maybe pick this one up in the future. I like it as an action figure. Then we have She-Hulk. I love this figure as well. She is sculpted so nice. That hair looks so good. You can see like all her muscles, and just the costume looks really good. I love this figure, and the articulation once again is great. And look at those face sculpts. Marvel Legends is doing a great job with those new face sculpts. Everyone looks really good. Then we got this old version of She-Hulk, which yeah, I definitely go with the brand new one from the Iron Man wave over this one. Then we have Spider-Man, and I wasn't even gonna put him in this video just because I think I want to do a Spider-Man video in the same exact style. So let me know if you want that. But I've done plenty of like Spider-Man videos already on my channel of like doing rankings of all my figures. But I kind of wanted to do like a multiverse video where I show like every version of Spider-Man, like I said, in the same style and format. So let me know if you want to see that, and I could do it with his villains too. But I'll just run through this quick because, like I said, I kind of want to save it for a future video. Here's some honorable mentions and like good Spider-Man that are definitely good to just pop in your Avengers display, and that'll fit in with the team really well. So we got Pizza Spider-Man, you know, classic look. It's a little bit dated, so there's a couple newer ones. Retro Spider-Man, which is one of my favorites. Really good. I've seen people put him in their Avengers display, and he just fits right in. He looks great. Then there's the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, another really good one. We got the Amazing Fantasy, so more of like a classic look for him if you're looking to do like a kind of first appearance look for your team. And then, of course, we have the GOAT, the Amazing Friends from that 3-pack. Really, really great. Next up, we have Spider-Woman. So she's from that 5-pack as well. Really nice design. The figure looks good. So I think that's the only one I included on the list. Yeah, so definitely go with that one for your collection if you're looking to add her. Then we have Spider-Woman. So this is from that Skrull 2-pack that recently came out. There's a couple versions of her. I'm not going to show all of them just because they all kind of look similar in my opinion. At least for this costume, which I like this costume for her. That's like the classic look. But I'm just going to show you this one because it's new, and I'd definitely go with this one for your collection. Then we have Thor. So Thor has a couple different versions. First up, we have the one from the Destroyer 2-pack, and straight up, I just don't really like this figure a lot. I don't like the look of it at all. The coloring, something about it just looks weird. The shades they use just looks a little off. And the fact that like on his armor, I don't know exactly what that's called, but like those circles that are on his like chest, I guess like his chest plate, there's only 4 of them, and I feel like his classic look usually has 6. Like the other figures that you'll see has like this like 6 of those, 3 on each side, and I don't know, that just looks weird. And then you can kind of like see his skin on the side. Like I feel like that just looks strange. Like, isn't this costume supposed to go like all around? I don't know, maybe they're trying to do a certain look, I'm not too sure. And of course the beard just looks a little off to me. I don't like Thor with the beard. And the hair doesn't have too much detail on it, and neither does the beard. Like, it's kind of just looks cartoonish, which I know it's based off a comic, but I don't know. The other head sculpt that you'll see shortly is just done so much better. Then we have the Thor, the Heralds of Galactus one, and this is not his classic look, but I'm just including it because, honestly, I do think it is a nice action figure, but, like, it's definitely not, I wouldn't go with this one for your display. But I do like that he has, like, the 2, like, ravens and stuff. Like, that looks pretty cool. And, like, I don't know, I feel like just the texturing on his, like, chest looks really good. It's a nice action figure, so I'm including it. But the one I would go with for your setup is definitely the 80th anniversary Thor. Very nice. It just looks so much better compared to the other one. The coloring is nice, and like his boots have like that nice like wrapped look. It looks so cool. I like it. And of course his chest piece looks normal, and the head is just done really well. One thing I'll say is that I wish he came with more accessories. Like, I feel like you have to kind of buy like 2 different Thors, like, or 3 even, to get like the perfect look for him, because you only get 3 hands with this, like the 2 that is included with it and 1 other hand. Like, they couldn't have included more, but whatever. It's still a great figure. I like this one a lot. Of course, this is the one I have in my collection, and I think you should add this one to yours as well. Then we have the Ragnarok Thor, which, like, I know that it's called, like, Ragnarok Thor, so that's, like, the character they're trying to make. Like, it's not technically Thor, but, like, it would have been nice if they could have just included a head with, like, a normal, you know, looking Thor, so you could just use that as, like, a figure, because you can't even do the classic look for him, because it comes with 2 head sculpts, but he has red eyes in one, and then, of course, he has, like, the Ragnarok look with the half cyborg face. So you can't even make, like, a real, like, classic Thor look with this figure, which is kind of annoying, but I do love that spinning hammer effect. That's really cool. Then we have Tigra, so she has 2 versions. This is from the West Coast 5-pack. And then we have this one from the retro card, right? Yeah, oh, that one's bright compared to the other one. I honestly kind of like the retro one a little bit more. Then we have Vision, so this is a really old one from the Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure wave. That is pretty dated. Then you have the one from the retro card, which for a long time, before the new one came out, this one was super expensive, because it was like the only like classic Vision look that existed. But once they put out the brand new one, this one kind of decreased in price, which is usually what happens. So that just shows sometimes you gotta be patient. But hey, it took a long time to make an updated Vision figure. It took, what, like 2018 to 2024? It took like 6 years. So I get why it got expensive. But this is a nice one. I like the green they used actually a lot. That like shiny metallic is pretty cool. First we have the West Coast look for him, and I'm scared of this figure. His face is just terrifying. Like, I don't even want to look at it. Sorry. Don't go with this one. I mean, if you want to build your West Coast, I guess, but I'm just slightly terrified of this figure. He looks like Handsome Squidward a little bit. Then we have the Vision from the Void Build-A-Figure wave, which is really new and really good. Definitely put this one in your setup. I love the colors on it. It just pops really well. He looks so good with Wanda and like Doctor Strange. I don't know, the way I have them in my setup, like they just all like pop together. I like that look a lot. Then we have War Machine. I just have 2 options here. So I have the one from the brand new Iron Man wave, and this is the one I personally have in my collection, and he is pretty cool. He's got so many different accessories. I like the colors like that. Like, I wouldn't call it white. What would you call that color? It's not white, it's like off-white. That color is nice. It like pops really nicely and stands out. I like that. And of course, he looks so cool with like his fire effects on his like cannons and stuff like that. So really good option. And then we have the Deluxe War Machine, which came out a couple years ago, and very similar figure, just this one they use like a darker gray instead of like that white. But no, this one's cool. You get the head sculpt with him, and you get a couple different effects just because like this one is deluxe, so of course like you get like more accessories and stuff. But both really good figures. It kind of just depends on like which shade of gray or white you kind of want, so that's up to you. I guess I would go with the newer one just because it's newer and a little bit easier to get, but both really good options. Then we have the Wasp, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier either, but I am almost done with my Avengers collection, but I do just want Wasp in my setup. And currently, I actually do own the Retro Wasp, which I'll show in a second, but I just don't love that figure that much. Like, I just want to get my hands on this one from the 2-pack, but it's so hard to come by. Because it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, so I missed out on it because I wasn't collecting comic Avengers at the time that this released, which I'm upset about because I really want to get my hands on this. I honestly want that Hank Pym too. They're both really good looking figures. But yeah, one day. So until I get this, I'll have to just stare at my in packaging Retro Wasp. So that's the next figure. Yeah, I don't know. I bought it in like a local comic shop because I was like, oh, this figure's kind of rare and like I kind of want Wasp for my setup. But then as I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know, the head is hideous on it. Sorry. But I don't know, just the blue is not my favorite. I like Wasp in like more of the red costume to kind of go with Ant-Man, but that little Ant-Man accessory is really cool. So hey, we'll see. Maybe one day I'll just open this and if I give up on trying to find the other one. And then there's also this scary looking Wasp from the Ultron Build-A-Figure wave. Next. Alright, almost done. We got Winter Soldier, so here's Bucky in his just like Winter Soldier outfit. And classic look for the character. I really like the accessories. Actually, the detailing on it looks really nice. Like his metal arm looks good. He has that little badge on the side that looks nice. His guns look good. So just a really nice looking action figure. Then next up we have Wonder Man. So He's a part of like the West Coast, of course, so there he is for your collection. I would definitely go with this look for him. It's the classic one, and it's new and pretty cheap. Then you got this older figure, which I don't think this is like his classic look, so I wouldn't go with it, but just mentioning it. And oh wow, that is everyone. I didn't even know we were at the end. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, like I was saying with my X-Men video, hopefully this gave you just like some insight and like some knowledge about like all these different figures, because getting into collecting and like especially like with big groups can be a little bit overwhelming. So it's nice to just kind of have it outlined for you to show you like all the different options that are out there, and you know, maybe hearing someone else's opinion on like which is the best. Not that I am, you know, all knowing about this stuff, but I think I have a pretty good idea of all this. I've been collecting for a couple of years now, and I put a lot of thought and effort into like which figures I do buy, because I don't just buy everything. I pick it out, you know, very carefully. So thanks for just hanging out with me and listening to my opinions on this. Once again, it's not a serious video, so if I made a mistake, you know, nicely let me know in the comments. But that's gonna be all for today. Check out other videos on my channel that I do have. I've got a bunch of content that I've been putting out, which I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And let me know if you want a video about Spider-Man in the same style. We can take a look at every Spider-Man in the whole multiverse. That'll be a pretty good one, I think. And then, hey, we could do villains next. We could just keep pumping these out. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been More Than Plastic. Goodbye.